Okay, what would like to show you guys right now, hi, is something I found on the internet that I've been playing around with, and it's a way to make a wood-burning stove on the cheap. What I have here is a 1-quart paint can I got from Ace Hardware for $1.95, I believe it was. I've lost the lid. My kids cleaned up the house for me. I'm sure I'll find it soon enough. What I have here is I think it was diced tomato can that I've drilled some holes in, and a small hole here for filling twigs and stuff in that I'll enlarge later to make it a little easier. Down inside here is a Progresso soup can. That is the complete materials needed to make this stove. Now, the paint can, I've drilled holes along the bottom, only on one side, so that if it's very windy out I could turn it away from the wind, a little less wind, and turn these towards it if I need more wind to help the fire go. The inner piece here that holds the wood, I drilled holes on the bottom, around the side, and around the top, because this is a gasification wood stove, and the extra air going in the top helps air get added to the already burned gases that didn't completely burn, and then that air added in on top of the fire helps ignite those and make it burn even cleaner and, of course, hotter. Now, we're just lucky that the 1-quart paint can, if you take the Progresso soup can, stick it down in it, and push, locks right into place. Then you set it down. You can take, Rama, please back up. You can take your sticks, just small kindling, nothing big, stick it down in here, get it started either on the bottom or the top. What I do is I put a little piece of Vaseline soaked cotton ball down at the bottom, lift it up and light it, and that gets the whole thing going. Some people light it from the top and let it burn down. Doesn't really matter. Then stick this on top, makes a nice chimney, and the flames come up way up to here, and then on top of this you can put your cooking. Now I found that with one load in here, without adding any extra fuel, with one solid load and lighting it, it will get a 6-cup coffee pot hot enough to use for coffee, but not to a full boil. You can see the bubbles on the bottom, so it's almost there. If you keep adding wood and give it a couple more minutes, I'm sure it would get to a boil. Well, now I'm going to go do a little burn demonstration out on my grill for you. Okay, so we're outside here on my grill. I've loaded the inner can up with a bunch of twigs from my backyard, and I've put a little bit of cotton here. We can't find the Vaseline now, so it's soaked in alcohol instead of Vaseline. I'm going to light it up, set it on a little center of the grate here. I'll put the chimney on top. And for a moment, I'll let everything rise, see if it gets started. And then I'll put my 6 cups of air temperature water on top of here. Now if I put the lighter up, you can see that it's going to burn the extra gas there. Look at that. There we go. That's burning the smoke that's coming off because of the air holes in the center of that top can. Now, put my pot on there, and we'll start our timer now. let the fire go down a little too soon. I thought it was going to boil there for a second. Alright, I misspoke before. It's now been 10 minutes, and we are just moments away from a rolling boil, which is now hot enough to make morning instant coffee and a little bit of oatmeal or whatever else the boys need to reconstitute. Soups in the evening or anything like that. I will now take this off, let the fire burn out. We'll pause it for a moment here. Okay, well, I haven't edited it yet, but I hope you like the little demonstration. I mean, for a $1.95 paint can from Ace Hardware, a Progresso soup can, and a can of diced tomatoes, I made a little oven that is clean burning. I still need to work on it a little. I think the upper holes need to be enlarged to let more air in so that the smoke gets lit and then reburns after the initial fire, making it a cleaner and hotter burn. This particular design, not of course made of cans, was developed by a doctor who had been in Africa and had seen people having health problems from the cooking inside their huts with wood fires. And he endeavored in the late 80s and early 90s, where he finally, I think in 91, found this gasification way of adding air to the flame after the main burn, helped burn those gases that hadn't been burned in the initial burn of the wood, and made a cleaner, stronger burn, and helped African communities have less health problems, use less fuel, and be healthier overall. So I thought this would be an interesting thing for our scouts to do, and except for the possibility of getting cut by the sharp metal edges and the use of power tools to drill the holes, it's generally a safe thing. The entire thing nests inside itself, and if you have a cap for the paint can and your kids didn't throw it away for you, you can put inside of it little balls of cotton balls with Vaseline on them or something like that as a fire starter, and you have a complete cooking kit ready to go. As you saw in the flames, they shoot it out around the side of my tiny little coffee pot, but on something that's a larger pot, the flames that come out of those holes would heat the bottom. And for patrol cooking, it would be a quick and easy way to get fire going without collecting huge amounts of firewood, having to have an axe or a saw, or doing more than just collecting up the twigs on the ground. And it's very efficient. It would be able to be used when we aren't allowed to have ground fires, and it would show the boys a way to be a little frugal and a little respectful of nature. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.